Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It is Monday, January 5th, 2026. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's dive right into 2026. And last year, we had those OMG facts for you every day. This year, we're changing it up a little bit because we have a lot of boomers listening. So we're going to go with boomer trivia. We're going to ask a question today and give you the answer tomorrow. That'll go on all week. So first up for the first of the year, during the 1960s, which Ivy League school had the most protests on campus, mostly about Vietnam and civil rights? No Googling. And we'll give you the answer tomorrow. And with that, we do have a lot of news to catch up on, so let's get right into it, shall we? The Maryland State Police have arrested a 29-year-old Annapolis woman following a reported road rage incident on westbound Route 50 near I-97 that police say involved a crowbar and a firearm. Troopers responded on December 18th after the victim reported the suspect allegedly brandished the crowbar and then the gun. Police said the victim was not injured. Investigators later arrested the woman on December 31st and charged her with first and second degree assault and using a firearm in the commission of a felony, and she was taken to the Jennifer Road Detention Center. Police also served a search warrant on her vehicle and reported recovering a loaded firearm inside a backpack on the front passenger seat. And of note in this case, the suspect is a sergeant with the D.C. Metropolitan Police and has been suspended with pay as this is investigated. Annapolis firefighters were dispatched around 3 p.m. yesterday to a reported commercial fire at 193 Main Street in downtown Annapolis. This is the Synergics Center building, which houses Castle Bay Irish Restaurant and Pub and the Red Wine Bar. Officials have not released information on any injuries, but an update from the scene indicates that the fire appeared to start inside of a wall beneath a windowsill and was contained within that wall, with early indications saying that it may have been electrical. Photos from a passerby showed significant water flowing along the sidewalks in front as crews worked, and crews did clear the scene about 90 minutes later. Well, Navy closed a record-setting season with a 35-13 win over Cincinnati in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl in Memphis, finishing 11-2 and adding another highlight to the back-to-back special years. The midshipmen built a 14-7 halftime lead, then came out fast in the third quarter. Blake Horvath hit Eli Heidenreich for a touchdown to make it 21-7, and Navy's defense kept Cincinnati from finding any real rhythm. In the fourth, Alex Teska powered a short touchdown run, and linebacker Coleman Cawley put in an exclamation point on it with a late pick six. Horvath did earn the Liberty Bowl MVP honors after throwing 2 touchdown passes and running for another. Heidenreich did his usual Swiss Army knife routine as a runner and receiver, and Navy's defense was at its best when the game was still within reach. The win tied Navy's program record for single-season victories, and it capped a stretch where the midshipmen have stacked historic totals over the last 2 seasons. The Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park is bringing back its winter lecture series in 2026 with 8 Thursday night programs running January 8th, that's this week, through February 26th at the museum's Eastport campus. They will offer both in-person and virtual options. The series is going to cover a mix of Chesapeake Bay ecology, maritime history, global conflict, and local community stories. Tickets are only $10 a piece for the general public, but you know what? If you are a First Mate member or above, you get free admission and early access to registration. The opener this Thursday, the Poplar Island Restoration Project, is going to feature Maryland Environmental Service senior environmentalist Julia Moya discussing how partners rebuilt Poplar Island using dredged material, creating wetlands that now support wildlife and improve bay health. You can get more details, tickets, and all of that information at maritime.org. On Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we chatted with Atticus Bodie, a remarkable force in the performance arts here in Anne Arundel County. So if you missed that, you want to give it a listen. And up this week, a crazy conversation with Darren and Allison from Art Farm / and Creative. And honestly, if you know them, you should not expect anything less than a crazy conversation with those two. And if you do know a business or an organization that should be featured on our local business spotlights, let me know. I'll be glad to reach out. All right, that is a wrap. First off, thank you, as always, for listening and sharing. And I want to give a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Mac Medics. Now you need to stay tuned for your Eye on Annapolis weather from George Young. And as promised, Ann Covington from CovingtonAlsina is back with her Monday Money Report. And I want to know what happened to that Santa Claus rally. All that's coming your way in less than a minute, so hang tight.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Monday, January 5th. Temps will warm a bit starting tomorrow for the Annapolis region, and a little bit of rain is then likely at the end of the week into the weekend. Look for mostly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-40s with more clouds expected tomorrow with temperatures in the low 50s. From there, skies will clear with sunshine expected Wednesday and Thursday with temps near 60 degrees on Wednesday and in the mid-50s or so 4 p.m. highs Thursday afternoon. From there, it'll be more mid-50s to maybe lower 60s in spots Friday and Saturday, but with a good chance of rain each day with sunshine and mid-40s or so returning Sunday to close out the weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information so you can always stay weather informed.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Ann Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. Happy 2026. We just finished a third consecutive bull market year, with the S&P 500 index rising over 15% last year. While not as strong as the 2 prior years, stocks, or equities, provided investors with positive growth. As we start the year, I'm not going to suggest resolutions. I am going to recommend intentionality. For many Americans, we are in the fortunate position of not having to count every penny. So we put everything on a credit card, and as long as we can pay it off each month, all is good. What's the problem? Truth is, there may or may not be a problem. In the book, The Millionaire Next Door, the authors found that most millionaires follow a strict budget. I remember reading that and thinking, great, I'm going to be poor forever. I was never very good at following a strict budget. But about 15% of millionaires use what I consider to be a much easier method. They save what they need to save to reach their goals and spend the rest. Here's where the intentionality comes in. Are you saving enough to reach your goals? If a comfortable retirement is important, have you figured out where you are in that process? And are you on track? If paying for your children's education is important, are you contributing to a 529 every month? If the $7 latte brings you joy, or you're a serious foodie who derives pleasure from fine dining, that's great. But if eating out and takeout meals have just become autopilot, is that habit keeping you from something you really want? If you really want to travel, or you want a boat, or whatever your goal is, can you prioritize that? Set aside that money, then spend the rest however you want. I think back to the story of the jar. You have golf balls that represent your values, family, financial security, health. You have pebbles that represent other things that are important but not critical, chores, time with friends, hobbies. And you have sand, scrolling on your phone, binge watching a TV show, video games. If you fill the jar with sand first, then the pebbles, the golf balls won't fit. But if you put in the golf balls first, then the pebbles, then the sand, everything fits. Your budget and money work the same way. Focus on your values and fund those items. Healthy food, housing, savings, insurance. Spend and save your money with purpose and intention. Your action item this week is to review your retirement contributions. If you received a raise for 2026, use part of it to increase your savings. Our events for 2026 are on our website, including our Financial Foundations class next Monday. On the 20th, our signature Women, Wine, and Wisdom event goes co-ed with a market update. Join us to hear a recap of 2025 and what we're thinking about 2026. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented for educational purposes only, not to make an offer, solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments are all risk, also as stated and not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.